What up, everyone? So, very special collectible review here. Something that just came in the mail today that I'm so excited about. I've been telling you I want to do more collectible reviews, and I usually do smaller stuff, but this one is immaculate. I know you guys wanted me to do sculptures and artwork and stuff like that, so that's what I'm doing. This took forever to fucking get here, by the way, and it took so long to ship. And that is the Tyler Durden Blitzway posable figure from Fight Club. And this thing is immaculate. All I can say is, wow, I am fully impressed here. So, I'm a huge fan of Fight Club. If you didn't watch the video before this, there's Fight Club stuff in there, which I was super excited about. Great movie. And I think the Brad Pitt, Tyler Durden in his red jacket and like Hawaiian shirt is one of the most iconic figures out there. Like I've never imagined someone looking more like a badass. Like when I think badass, that's what I think of. Like he just looked like such a badass in the movie. Like who didn't think so? Like if I could dress up and look like that for Halloween, I would. And I've been waiting for so long for anyone to do a collectible of this because it really is such an iconic figure. And I was hoping so much that like Funko would do a mystery mini of it, like in the horror. I don't know if it's technically horror, but just like they do the horror sci-fi, if they did a mystery mini like that, like the Walking Dead style, that would be so badass. Everyone would love that. Excuse me, people would go nuts for that shit. So I've been like praying that they would, but I don't know what series they would put it in, but I hope to God one day they do. The closest we've ever come, Funko did a reaction figure to that, and it sucked. It was the worst piece of shit you've ever seen in your life. They did a whole series for Fight Club. Oh, it's god-awful. If I can find a picture, I'll post it right now. Oh, it was the worst piece of shit I've ever seen in my life. And that figure, honestly, if it wasn't on a card and you just saw the action figure, I don't even think people would recognize it. Even being as iconic as it is, I still don't think people would recognize that. They'd have to like really look at, oh, such a piece of shit. So I was really disappointed by that, but I still almost bought it because I'm such a huge fan of that specific character and of that movie. So I've been searching since then for people to do like statues of it. And there's been like one other company that kind of did, but it didn't really look like it. And I saw someone else do a video of this, and I didn't believe it. I saw what it looked like in the pictures online, and I'm like, no way it looks like that. No way. And usually I'm not into this kind of stuff. I'm not into like Hot Toys or action figures. I don't like posable stuff. I like statues. This isn't Hot Toys, by the way. This is Blitzway, different company. But I'm usually not into that stuff, but I've seen the quality on it. And this is really quite immaculate. So we'll get into the reviewing process, and I'm going to try my best to show you, but I'll probably take pictures of it because I'm so like careful with it because it looks so good. Like I'm so worried to just touch it or anything like that. And I doubt I'll have it displayed in time, but if I do, I'll put pictures of that too. Same situation. I want to put it on display because it looks so amazing, but at the same time, I don't want fucking anything to touch it. I don't want a piece of dust to even like look at it. Like, get out of here. Not even. So I'm really scared to put it anywhere. But yeah, we'll take this out and we'll do a little look at it. I'll try to show it right now so you can see how big it is in scale to like me. And this is the box, by the way. It has really cool artwork on there. There we go. Fight Club. And it came in one big package. So I'll very delicately take this out. Oh, I'm so nervous about it. So the good thing is he comes out on a piece of foam so I can take him out and show him without possibly destroying him. Now do that. Careful. Alright, so here's how big he is in reference to me. And I'll try to get him up close. Please don't fall out, for the love of God. Up close there. And I'll show a more detailed picture, just a photograph of him. But you can see, like, his face looks exactly like him. Like, oh my God. Like, I feel like I'm looking at him. Like, it's so incredibly detailed in the face. And they definitely got the whole outfit there. And the jacket is like actually like leather, and the clothes is real clothes. Usually I'm not a big fan of when they do like real clothes. I like sculpted stuff, but I thought this was pretty okay. And even down to his like fingers, his hands, his fingernails are on there, and it just looks unbelievably detailed. Like I've never, like this puts some of my statues to shame. It's so incredibly detailed, even down to the shoes and the shoelaces. Like they really went all out. So I'm so thankful for this. And it was crazy expensive. I'll get to the price, but I saw it and I'm like, no way am I passing this up. I don't care what it costs. Like I've been waiting for something like this from this movie for ages. And since he's fully articulated and posable, he comes with all kinds of accessories. So that's why I took him out, because you can see behind all kinds of accessories. So they have a shower and a shower head, and there's a bat and a golf club, and there's actually little tiny golf balls. And yeah, they actually have the little divots on there. Like, that's how detailed they are. And then they have opposable different hands, and they even have the scar on his hand. And then they have some beer bottles, and they have a pack of cigarettes, and individual little tiny cigarettes to put between his fingers, like individual. And they have little tiny business cards to scale, individual business cards that you can actually pull out from the little soap business he had. Like, it's unbelievable how tiny they are. And I'll try to put a picture like next to my finger so you can see, and how detailed it is, and perfectly so. I've seen, you guys know me, I'm a big fan of tiny figures, so this is definitely in my market because it's such detail. It always impresses me when companies can make something really, really small and still add detail to it. So this is, you guys have watched my channel. I don't get impressed pretty much ever, but this is immaculate. Like, I can't tell you enough. So, but that's not all. So give me a second, let me very gently put him back in his package, so as not to hurt Brad. Big fan. There you go. Alrighty. Go back in your cozy little box. So, we can talk about the price while I'm packaging this up. So the price point on this is pretty similar to Hot Toys. So it's very expensive, but in my opinion, justifiably so, because, oh, where am I going to put this? Because of the immense detail on there. And this runs, I think the market price on it was $280, I think. That might have been between $250 and $280. And Hot Toys are pretty close to that price. Hot Toys didn't used to be. They've come up in price, and it depends on what you get. They can go as cheap as like under $200 and stuff like that, but they're usually around $200, $250, and upwards from there, depending on what you get. And Hot Toys, I think, are generally around that size, maybe a little smaller. So when I saw that price, I didn't go crazy over it. It is very expensive, but I understand why. And when you see the detail on that, like the painting they do on that, and they even have some gloss over his eyeballs to make it look like real eyeballs. Like, that is so incredible, and I'm fully impressed by that. But that was the price for one, but I got two. There we go. So they had a special edition one. They had two versions. Obviously, I definitely wanted the one in the red coat because that's the iconic one. But if you bought both versions, then you got a special edition little bathrobe that he goes in. So I'll take a picture of that too, but the bathrobe from the movie. And I thought that was another iconic one too. So this one, I'll open this up and show it. This is his other version, his other outfit in the movie. Towards the end of the movie, where he has his shaved head, and then he has that fur coat. So I haven't taken this one out yet, so I'll try to do it very carefully. So there's that. Careful. Ta-da! So this is him in his little fur coat here, and there's his face up close. Like, good God, the detail. The fur coat, and then he has that little like mesh orange shirt underneath, and then he has some orange pants and some dress boots. So that's him later in the movie. And the same thing. This actually comes with a little chair and table, which are also immaculately detailed. Like, I've seen full-size chairs that have less detail than this little fucking thing here. And this one, same thing, comes with like a little cigarette, and comes with a little bar of soap that says Fight Club, which I thought was really cool. And his other hands with different rings. And man, it's unbelievably detailed. I can't even express it enough. So, again, let me get him back in there. Be safe. I'm so careful with it because when I look at it, it looks so much like him. I feel like I'm holding Brad Pitt, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to hurt poor Brad. Like, I just gotta be so careful with it. So that's why I'm nervous to like put this on display anywhere, because I just never want anything to happen to it. And these are definitely going to be worth something, because I can't be the only one who's wanted a collectible from Fight Club. It's possible, but I highly doubt that's the case. And I don't think a lot of people know about this, because Blitzway is not nearly as popular as Hot Toys, but it's getting there. So they just got to market themselves a little better. But I imagine this is going to be... This has so far been the only collectible worth noting. So that movie's so iconic. If people are still in love with it today, I can imagine this selling out and going for a high price. And then I'll show a picture. I'll try and pull this out. Again, very carefully. This is the incentive it came with. If you bought both of them, then it came with this little extra incentive. And that was his little bathrobe. So that's probably what I'm going to put him in for this one, because I'm not a big fan of the fur coat look, so I'll probably take that off and put him in this bathrobe, like smoking a cigarette or something, because I thought that was cool too, because I really like that as well. So, yeah. Here, I'll just put this over here. So we'll talk about the whole review process of it. So total for the whole package, I got it for like $470, I think, like that. And it took me a while to get it because I had to save up a little bit. I still financed it, but I had to pay down some of my debt because I don't want to be horribly in debt. I had to pay something else off, that's what I meant by saving, before I could finance this one. And I thought it was totally worth it, and I was worried it was going to sell out. You should have some time. If you guys want to go collect it, I don't think it's going to sell out incredibly quick. It is limited edition. It says that on there. I don't remember what the edition is. I think it's pretty high, though. I think it's in the thousands. So it shouldn't sell out too quickly, because not everyone has that kind of cash. Anyway, let's get into the actual review process of it. First, the design concept. The first score I always give. Concept's a better way to think of it. Concept-wise, I'm going to give this, like, pretty much a perfect 10. As close to a perfect 10 as I'm ever going to get. Because, like I said, such an iconic character. The design is unbelievable. The fact that they would even try to make literally a tiny stack of little business cards, not just one that looks like a stack, an actual stack of tiny business cards, and individual cigarettes. Like, the design on this is off the charts. I will probably never give a higher score to concept and design as I do with this. And the detail they on it, from the mesh shirt to the actual buttons on the shirt and jacket to shoelaces on the shoes and the wrinkles on his fingers and the scar on there and the coloring in his face, like, absolutely just about as perfect as you can get. So I'm going to give it a 10 on that as far as design and concept. Now, the paint job. The paint job, I'm actually only going to give it a 9. Still very high, because it's quite immaculate. The reason I'm giving it a 9 is because I did notice some minor flaws. And these aren't complaints by any means, but I have to be critical. I can't just give it perfect scores. I have to actually look at it and be critical of it. So sometimes when they do really high-end figures, they do actual materials like you see with the clothing. And that's fine. I don't mind that as much, but something that does piss me off, which they didn't do, is that they try to go too realistic and they try to do actual hair, and that always looks so stupid. That's such a poor move. They didn't do that with this one. He has sculpted hair, which I think looks way better. I'm fine with that, and then the cloth. The only problem was the second version I showed you, he has the shaved head look, and it doesn't quite come off as well as it should. His beard and goatee look perfect. They looked really nice, but his shaved head look, it just doesn't quite give that shaved head look. It kind of looks more like a solid color. It looks fine. There's nothing wrong with it, and it still looks great. But I think they could have handled it a little bit differently. But, you know, that's really hard to pull off. Pull off, like, a shaved head look. So it would have been very difficult. But what they did is they gave him, like, a little bump of hair. And it looks a little bit like a Ken doll hair, because there's not as much detail. I don't know if they could even do detail, and I don't even know how they would. But it looks a little bit like Ken doll hair. It's still one minor thing, and it's not a big deal, but it's something worth mentioning, and that's why it doesn't get a perfect score. And also the hair on the first one looks really good, but it's also that juxtaposition of, like, sculpted hair and then real clothes. Like, in my personal opinion, I like sculpted everything. I don't like posable figures. Obviously, that's what it is, so I understand. But I like sculptures where everything's sculpted or nothing is sculpted. So that's just little minor tweaks that it doesn't get that perfect score. But still extremely high, 9 out of 10. Immaculate paint job. And from what I hear, these are hand-painted, because I can't imagine them doing it in a factory. And like I said, even the gloss on the eyeballs, that someone probably has to do with a very tiny paintbrush to give the eyes that just barely little sheen to make it look realistic. Like, my God. So then we go on to the sculpt. And again, I think I'm going to give that a perfect 10 too. Like, or as close as a 10 as I can possibly get, because like I said, it looks exactly like him. The one with the shaved head, a little bit less so, but it just because that, like, minor detail I said, but still, the original one, like, it looks exactly like him. Like, I look at that figure, and I swear to God I'm looking at a photograph. I've never seen such high-end detail. And I've seen Hot Toys. I've looked at them. I've never personally bought one, so I know they go really high-end. And I'm not saying that this is way better than Hot Toys or anything, but, you know, I really like that they do high-end detail when it's not superheroes, because superheroes, they don't have to do high-end detail faces. Like Batman and most of them, they wear masks, so I like that they do high-end detail faces, but it's not as necessary, whereas Tyler Durden is Brad Pitt. Like, you have to make it look like him or it's a waste of time, like that fucking reaction figure that looks like shit. So this is, I appreciate this more because it has to look like the actor. You can't put a mask over his face and make him look stupid. It has to look like that person. So I'd gladly take the Fight Club one over like even my most favorite Marvel characters any day, because this is much rarer. This is a much more specific movie, specific to a specific person, so it had to look like that. So sculpt-wise, and like I said, down to the fucking fingernails, you guys, and the tiny cigarettes, like, blows my mind. I am fully impressed. Color me impressed right now, so pretty much a perfect 10 on that too. So overall, the overall score of it, let's see, averaging those together, 9, 3. So it's like a 9.3, I think, when you do the math there. I'm pretty sure that's what it comes to. I'll have to do the math on a calculator. I'm not paying attention. Anyway, so probably the highest score you'll ever see on any review ever on my channel. And you guys know my reviews, I don't bullshit, but man, this really deserves it. And hopefully I'll have it set up before this video goes out. But if not, I'll do an updated collection video or something like that. And you guys will see where it ends up. But I'll post more high-end pictures of it as I'm talking about it. Because, man, the detail is absolutely absurd on this. So I was so happy to get this. And it took forever to ship here, so I'm really happy. But again, I hope Funko is listening. And I really hope they find a way to put Tyler Durden in a nice mystery mini. Because I would pay assloads for that. I would love that. So, and again, this is the only collectible I've ever seen worth mentioning. So, if you guys are interested in it, if you love that movie, definitely check it out. There are plenty of listings on eBay for just one. I wouldn't pay more than like $270 for it. You can find it for like $240, $250, and that's a good price for it. And then the Ultimate Edition is going to be closer to $500, but you can talk people down a little bit, so feel free to do that. Anyway, as always, let me know what you guys think. Am I totally retarded and just geeking out over nothing? Or do you agree on this, like, immaculate conception and this sculpt of this? Coming as an artist, like, I could never do anything close to this, so this impresses me. But let me know what you guys think, and we'll talk about it in the comments. And then, back to our unboxings, the month of January, and more toy reviews to come. Let me know what you guys want to see, anything you want to see reviewed. Let's talk about it in the comments. Thank you all for watching. Love you all. Peace.